Welcome back, everyone, to GameJutsu. In the last episode, we were talking about places I'm not allowed to go to, like New Zealand and anywhere else that might have Asian women. But on very rare occasions, we have some American women who are interested in me. Or at least that's what everybody tells me, and I think they're wrong. The one that I started on in the last episode, I was talking about, we like to call him Officer Rambo. And he had a new partner one day. So to summarize, we had a guy smoking a crack pipe in our parking lot. We called the police, and of course, Officer Rambo shows up. Now, we call him Officer Rambo because he's crazy. Rambo from the movies is more sane than this guy. But, I mean, he's a great cop. He's just crazy is all. Like I said in the last episode, one of the things he once said to me was, in this particular case, because the guy smoking the crack pipe left before the cops got there, and he tells me, "Dude, you gotta call sooner. Do you have any idea how fun it is to bash out a window with a baton and drag a cracked out hippie out of the car?" That's Rambo for you.
I require healing.
Where are you at, Genji? I can heal you. Sounds like a bad fanfic.
Come here and get stabilized.
Oh yeah. So anyway, Officer Rambo's got a new partner. She's tall, athletic brunette, cute, charming, kind of like Tracer here, but a little less dead. Yeah, she's cute, charming, very helpful with the case. We'll call her Officer Krista, because that was her name. Probably. I don't know. I'm kind of bad with names, and this happened several years ago. So anyway, Rambo and Krista show up. They take statements from my partner and I, and at the end of the whole issue, I offered them a cup of coffee. It was cold that night. What the hell? Rambo, who should probably drink only decaf, reminded me that there is justice to be done, or some crazy shit like that, I'm sure. Alright, now coming up is probably the worst Benny Hill moment of Soldier 76 I've ever seen in my life.
I'm not a young man anymore.
So anyway, back to the story at hand. I offer them coffee, they turn it down, and that's when Officer Krista tears off a sheet of paper out of her pocket notebook. She writes her name and cell number on it, hands it to me and says, "Here's my number. It's my cell. So if you need anything, even if I'm not on duty, go ahead and give me a call." That's what I call polite. I was telling my new partner about the story like a year or so after it happened. I tell him about how helpful the police officer she was. And he just shrugged and said, "Yeah, all the city officers have business cards with their name, badge number, and office numbers on them." Well, yeah, that's right, they do. But she wrote her personal cell number down, with her name, and no badge number, and also no office number. Oh my god. Yeah, I guess that works too. She was hitting on me, wasn't she? Wasn't she, Rambo? Yeah, fuck you too. Anyway, it was a moot point. I was already married by that time. But still, a cute girl with a nice job was hitting on me. Do you know what that means? It means the city cops are probably drinking on the job. That's what it really means. I really should have realized it when she said, "Even if I'm off duty." She was just a patrol officer, not a detective. It's not like she was even investigating a personal crime for me. Just trying to catch a crack smoker in my parking lot. Is everyone prepared to watch me be a complete, total derp? Perfect spot for an alt. Somebody's still hitting me. I can't figure out where they're coming from. Oh wait, it's behind me, and I'm dead. Yeah. Oh, let's see what was killing me. Yeah. That whole thing. Which I thought I was out of range from, but clearly not. Since that's what killed me, was the stupid sentry mine.
No rest for the weary.
Now, when I first told my wife the story, she claimed, I guess rightfully so, that Krista was hitting on me. I just blew it off. That's just ridiculous. Nobody hits on me. So, after I finally realized that yes, maybe she was possibly hitting on me. My wife said, yeah, the only thing that could have made it more obvious is if she took her clothes off and started having sex with you right there in the lobby. Now, I would like to say that, yes, if she had done all that, that I would have recognized it. Probably about the time she got naked, and if not, about the time she put me inside of herself. I might have had to go, you know what? I think she might be into me. Maybe. One last case of me getting hit on. At least the wife claims, and after the fact it was one of those, like, yeah, she's probably right kind of situations, which is usually how these things go. We're at the buffet establishment Golden Corral. So the wife and I are getting our drinks and paying. It's mid-afternoon on a weekday because we were off work that day. At the time, I had ruined my good cap from painting the new house. We had just moved into the new house at the time. So I was wearing a cap that a friend had given me in exchange for helping him move. I thought that was fitting. You know, I ruined my hat moving, so I would wear the hat that he gave me for helping him move. It was a cap from Niagara Falls, which I've never personally been to, but it was from the Canadian side, so it had a Canadian flag on the front. Cashier was a young guy. He looked about 16, but maybe he might have been as old as 20 for all I know. He was a little nerdy and seemed slightly awkward, but he did his job well. It kind of describes me. Anyway, I paid with a card, and while we were waiting for the card authorization and receipt to print, he noticed my hat. He smiled at me and said, "Oh, I like your hat. What part of Canada are you from?" Now, even though the hat in question is comfortable, I wear it as little as possible because I get that question a lot. I generally use the joke, "Oh, the deep south of Canada, a place called Pennsylvania." But then people just give me surprised looks and say, "Wow, I never knew there was a Pennsylvania in Canada too. Is it a state or just a city?" So now I don't make that joke anymore, and I try not to wear the hat if at all possible. But that day I had the hat on. I responded with a simple, "Canada? Oh, the hat. No, it was just a gift from a friend. I've never actually even been to Canada, or Niagara Falls at all, as a matter of fact." So he laughed a little awkwardly and said, "Oh, I was just trying to find something to keep talking to you about." We laughed, I signed the receipt, and we went to our table. When we got there, the wife grabbed me by the hand, looked me in the eyes, and said, "You know the cashier was flirting with you, right?" What? That's ridiculous. He wasn't flirting with me. He was just making small talk. Seriously, did you not notice his body language? The fact that, yeah, sure, he smiled at me, but every time you two made eye contact, he lit up like a light bulb and giggled like a schoolgirl. What? He did not. He was just friendly. Cashiers are supposed to be friendly. He just, held on the receipt and smiled at me, fluttering his eyelids while we stared longingly at each other. Oh god, the poor kid was hitting on me, wasn't he? And like an idiot, I was blind to his affectionate advances. So yeah, like I said, not really that good at noticing when people hit on me.
Epic.
I'm not in it for
Nice,
the
I
glory.
got an epic and 3 golds. I'll come back next time when I'll have a new topic to talk about on GameJutsu.